In this daily drop, we're going to talk about USB-C power delivery batteries and being on the road. So let's go. Okay, let's start with a quick tour of the setup and also talking a little bit about the advantages of USB-C power delivery batteries. They are definitely changing the way we're using equipment right now, and this particular one that I use all of the time is made by a company called Anker, Anker, and it is capable of outputting 140 watts of power. There are two USB-C ports, there's one USB Type A port, and it's a monster. It's great, and you can use this to power things like cameras. You can use it to, as I am in this case, power a light, and you can even use it with things like laptop computers to power those if you need to. And for me, it does triple duty that way. I use it for all three of those things. They are relatively compact. There's a lot of power to this thing, and for me, what I really love is that it gives me the ability to be extremely portable in production. This particular light that I'm using, only at 8% right now, is capable, it's a COB chip on board light that's capable of 100-watt output. It's color tunable. It's the Zhiyun Molus 100 or X100. And this, with an output of 140 watts, is very capable with the correct cable. That's what's important here, power delivery cable, to output a full 100 watts. So that cable that I'm using may only be drawing 10, 11 watts right now, but at full power, which it's capable of, this cable can drive that light with this battery at full power. So pretty awesome stuff. And really, I think, the worst word or two words that you can use, game changer. Sorry about that. I think the compressor on that refrigerator just kicked in. But I'm excited about using these batteries, and I use them all the time in travel. Let's now talk a little bit about some other stuff. Okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about the setup and the advantages of USB-C power delivery batteries, I want to talk a little bit about safety, whether you're on the road or you're working locally. Now, those batteries, meaning the Anker style batteries like that 737, are pretty reliable. I would say that I have confidence in those batteries. They're not really volatile. They're well, they have stuff inside of them that's managing those batteries quite well, though you may not be getting that battery. I have another one, which is pretty cool. You can see all the insides of the battery, but I have a little less confidence. I think it's safe, but I, over time, have started to have more confidence in that Anker name. But that said, if you're not using a brick to power deliver to your devices, which is a great option and something I recommend, and again, coupling that with cables that have the right amount of output for what you're using them for, then because of the hobby industry and things like remote control cars, and because those batteries can be very volatile, you can find very easily things like this. This little case here, which comes in many different sizes. I have mine labeled for USB-C battery. This one fits the Anker 737 very well, very inexpensive. And the whole point here is to protect, essentially, the outside world from your battery. Is it foolproof? I'm not 100% sure, but it is designed specifically to store your batteries so that if anything went wrong, if they caught on fire, that you should be protected. I would rather have this and my battery in this on my carry-on than not. So I use these all of the time now. And I think it's a good practice. And then also when you're storing your batteries locally, if you have them up on a shelf or something like that, it would make a lot of sense to put them in a case like that, especially because they are inexpensive. So just something to think about. Hopefully another episode where you learn something. I'm going to pack up all of this stuff right now. Don't forget to, and to, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Daily Drop.